Today, we honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., not only as a preacher of the gospel, but as a man of action and conviction. Dr. King was a leader of civil rights movement who believed justice could not stop at creating voting rights or desecration, but needed to include economic dignity, the right to fair wages, safe working conditions, and the ability to live without poverty. This belief brought him to Memphis, Tennessee in March of 1968, where sanitation workers, mostly black men, were striking for something simple yet revolutionary: to be treated as human beings. This led to the I Am a Man campaign, which pointed out that racial injustice and economic injustice worked hand in hand. We now join Dr. Martin Luther King and his beautiful wife, Coretta Scott King, as they discuss the upcoming trip to Memphis, Tennessee. We now find Dr. King and Coretta in a moment of quiet resolve.
Now, Martin, Lord knows your heart. Lord knows your heart. And you've been traveling from Chicago, Selma, and now you're talking about Memphis? I don't see you no more. And now the children, they're missing you something awful. Martin, honey, you gotta take care of yourself now.
Coretta.
No, Martin, no. And this ain't no fooling around. This is serious.
I know. But these men, these workers, they are fighting for dignity. If we don't act now, we can lose momentum in the movement.
Now, Lord knows. Lord, the good Lord knows, Martin, I've been faithful to you and I've been faithful to the civil rights movement all these years. But Memphis? Come on now, Memphis, you know Memphis feels different. There's something in the air, Martin. Listen to me.
Yes, Coretta. That's because we're touching and moving barriers, not just facing protesters, not just bus boycotts, but we're talking about wages, about poverty, about a system that profits while people suffer.
All right now, Martin, sweetheart, listen to me now. Your I am a man speech. You're asking America to look at itself, to look in the mirror. You know that's fire now.
Yes, Coretta, because freedom without economic power is so fragile. And these issues must be brought to the forefront. What good is it to sit in any restaurant if you can't afford the meal? What good is the right to vote if your vote doesn't change our living conditions?
All right. All right, Martin. When we just going to tell the children?
We'll tell them at dinner.
As Dr. King and his wife, Coretta Scott King, were speaking, little did they know that their oldest daughter, Yolanda, heard their conversation.
Come here, Bernice. I have something to
I'm
tell
giving you
you.
my candy.
Girl, nobody wants your candy. Anyways, I have something to tell you, okay? So I overheard mom and dad talking, and they were saying how daddy's gonna go do some march or something like that.
He doesn't need a march for that. Everyone can already see that he's a man.
Girl, please. No, but I think it's called a I Am a Man march. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know really why I waste my time with you anyways.
Stay out of grown folks' business.
Girl, bye.
Later on that evening, Dr. King sat down his four children at the dinner table with Coretta and let them know that he would be traveling to Memphis, Tennessee in the morning to support the sanitation workers over there that were going on strike for higher pay and equality. The kids understood their father's mission and calling while supporting him in any way that they could. And so the following morning, as Dr. King was saying goodbye to his wife and kids, the oldest daughter came back to the door to give her father another kiss goodbye.
Daddy,
Yes, Yolanda?
lead them to the mountain top.
I will, baby girl. Yes, I will.
What's wrong?
It is well. It is well.
Although Dr. King had left his wife and kids at home when he went on the road many, many times before, this occasion, this moment felt different, and Dr. King knew it. So, as Dr. King settled down in Memphis on the night of April 3rd, 1968, at Mason Temple, Church of God in Christ headquarters in Memphis, Tennessee, Dr. King would deliver his iconic I've been to the mountaintop speech.
If something isn't done and done in a hurry to bring our colored peoples of the world out of their long years of poverty, their long years of hurt and neglect, the whole world is doomed. I can remember when Negroes were just going around scratching where they didn't itch and laughing when they weren't tickled. But that day is all over. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world. And that's what this is all about. We're not involved in any negative protests and any negative arguments with anybody. We're saying that we are determined to be equal men and equal people. For we are God's children. We have an injunction, and we're going into court tomorrow morning to fight this illegal, unconstitutional injunction. Maybe I can understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest for rights. Somewhere I read that these are the things that we must deliver. And just as I said, we're not going to allow any dogs and water hoses to turn us around. We're not going to let any injunctions turn us around. Now, let me say in my conclusion, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter to me now because I've been to the mountaintop. And I don't mind. No, I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know today that we as the people will get to the promised land. And I'm so happy today. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.